Okay, so we've got some more things that have just come in the mail, some new items for quilting. And as always, I like to show you what I have as it comes out of the box. So I opened up a couple things. The first one is it's called the new Quick and Easy block tool because it's made by C&T Publishing. And there's some really nice things in the book. Shows you at the very front how to use the charts that they have in here. They also have for cutting different size blocks. So when you're designing a quilt yourself, you can choose blocks from here and you can work it out on your own graph paper as far as settings, where you want things, and then look at all the blocks that are in here. I absolutely love these types of references because they are just great for when you, I oftentimes, if you're one of those quilters who doesn't always go by a pattern, you've done enough patterns, now you kind of want to design your own. These references are fantastic. So this is Birds in the Air, and you get this really nice graphics on how to put it together. And then you get a lot of the yardage you're going to need. You're getting cutting instructions, and you can see these are going to be very simple. Every page is another block with some potential settings, design options. Two more. Here's another block. So it's endless. This is a wonderful, I can't wait to start using this. That's awesome. I can't wait to start using this because, like I said, lots of times I will say it's time to do a quilt. Maybe it's a baby quilt or whatever you want to do, and I want some ideas. And this is fantastic. This is a really nice, so quick and easy block tools. Can't wait to take a working on that. As I use some of these things, I will be telling you more about them and what I like about them and how it goes. But this is just as it comes in, I want to show you. So this is a pattern called 3-layer cake. I'm always looking for patterns for layer cakes because a lot of times we'll buy layer cakes and we don't know what to do with them. So it's nice to have some patterns. I like to show different samples when I'm going to my quilt shows or retreats, and here too, to show you. And this one is a cake therapy pattern by Cozy Quilt Designs. And you see that there's all the fabric requirements for you to make it into 4 different sizes. And so that is very fun. Now this one's super colorful. I can also see this done in some of the layer cakes that are all very subtle colors. This would be wonderful too. So very, very versatile. I'm working on some tote bags, and I just needed some more styles and ideas for tote bags because there's lots of different kinds. There's some that are very easy. There's some that are, more complicated looking, and then some that are complicated looking but are not complicated. This one I thought would be great for some scraps. So this looks like a nice simple, and it's by GE Designs. She does some fantastic, fantastic patterns. Again, layer cakes is what I'm thinking about was I was putting in this order, and this one is Easy Layer Cake Quilts, a whole book. And I liked this one because they're showing some nice, cheerful, let me show you, some nice, cheerful, colored, and simple. So these, in these colors, are great for children, are great for spring quilts. Let me get you to the, here's another one. Again, these would be great in other colors as well, the darker colors. This one just happens to be, they've used a lot of these nice springy colors. Now here's one. So this, you see that this layer cake had different colorways. This is a nice one. If you get a layer cake that has a lot of lights and darks, and it's hard sometimes to put those together, this is really nice to be able to use the lights and darks. Oh, always love. Isn't that fun? So it's half square triangles, but it also has some extra blocks, rectangles in here as well. So you get this really nice pattern. So this one is it's called By Request, Easy Layer Cakes, and it's by Me and My Sister Designs. Next, looking at the books, I had one of these, an earlier edition of these, and I just loved it. So I wanted to do some more. These are ornaments that you can make, and they're usually done by hand. A little bit of sewing, both sewing and machine and hand. But they're often done with felt or wool. I have a lot of wool fabrics because I used to hand dye wool for my mom's quilt shop. And so I do have still a lot of wools for my own collection. And these just make super fun art. Now you can see this one is actually not a wool. It's actually like a tea dyed looking woven. But these are fun to make. Let me kind of give you a better, for instance, look at this. Do not open until December 25th. So these are just fun little, you can use them as tags. You can use them to hang from your tree. You can make garland out of them. I love to make these for ornaments where everybody in the family gets one. Now the book doesn't just have ornaments. This one also has a wall hanging, which is really, and these little pillows, really fun. Some people use the little pillows for decoration in bowls. Let It Snow. So not even just Christmas. That's a great one for lots of different winter. And you can see here they've got these nice little. If you have a tiered tray, how fun is that to put a bunch of those together? But you can see they're all going to be very easy to make and small and just fun things. I like to do the hand work when I'm working, watching television. Ooh, wait till you see this one. Merry Christmas. Now that has like a little bit, it feels like it has a little bit of geometric to it. I'm not geometric, but I'm trying to say dimensional to it, so that they're not, those leaves are not just sewed flat down. They have a little bit of 3D to them. Gorgeous, cute as a pillow, really cute. So again, this one is by Debbie Busby. She has a couple of these books out there. I do love them, so I can't wait to try this one. And this one is put out by C&T Publishing. Creative Grids. So I wanted to get one of these because I don't have one here in my sewing room down here. And it's a 6.5 inch square up ruler. It's a 6.5 inch ruler, which is fabulous for everything, but I absolutely love it for squaring up my blocks. And again, because it has that nice diagonal line, I can just set you, and you have these nice, the markings are just really nice for you to be able to very easily use this as a 6-inch block cutter, and also for squaring up your different blocks all the way from 1 inch to 6.5 inches. And so that one is by Creative Grids. A great one for you, everybody to have on hand. So the Bitty Buddies, I needed to get a couple more of these. These are the what do you call them? Well, let's just open up and show you. I've used these all the time. I use them everywhere. And you've probably seen other videos. You've probably seen other videos where I've showed it too. But this is what a Bitty Buddy is. It comes like this. And then when you pop it open, this is put out by Gypsy Quilter. I use these everywhere. So I just sold some of these. I needed to stock up on more. I use them at my cutting table. I use 3 of them. I use one for small scraps that I'm going to throw away. I use one for, and 2 of them for scraps that I'm going to keep. Larger scraps in one, smaller scraps in the other. And that way I get a jump on the organization of my scraps right at the cutting table. So these are inexpensive, but they're just a really nice, easy tool to take. And now if you're going to retreats or you're sewing, you're taking your sewing with you, these are nice to pack up and take with you. And then when you get there, you've got that same organization you did at home. So those are super fun. And they're very popular. This is another one I needed to stock up on. And this is another thing I needed to stock up on were the quilt tack guns. These are the basting guns that I have, and if you look at some of my older videos, you'll see a couple of them where I show you how to use this to baste your quilts together. So instead of, when you're putting together your top, your batting, and your bottom before you quilt your quilt, or before you send it out, well, before you quilt your quilt, I do mine by hand and by free motion machine and by straight, what do you call it? Presser foot, straight line sewing on the machine. Great ways to finish your quilts if you don't want to send them out. And so to baste them together, this is nice. What it is it's just like the tacking guns they use at stores to put the tags on your clothing for the price tags. except that these tags are much shorter instead of the long ones you have with clothing. These are much shorter, and they will hold your quilt together just like safety pins would. So this is the alternative to using safety pins, and this is very easy and fast to use. I've been using this for over 20 years. I love this particular product, this particular brand, because my first one lasted 20 years, and actually I've been using them for longer than that, before I needed to replace it. I've tried others that they jammed, and I had to replace them almost right away. So I don't know about all the others. I haven't tried everything, but I know this one is really good. And so it comes with the gun itself. It comes with enough of these tags. This is what they look like. Enough of these. This set of tags would probably do 2 large quilts. So you get quite a bit. You also get a replacement needle in there, which you just keep in case ever you bend yours. I almost never need that replacement needle. I mean, this gun just works really, really well. There's a little bit of a learning curve to it, so I do have a video on how to use them. So Tacking Guns are awesome. So I got a couple more of those because I get orders for those. The handy zipper, the zipper jig. This is also something I've showed in the past. Great for when you have the pull has come off your zipper. This makes it so much easier to put that zipper on. And again, check out my older videos. You'll see information. You'll see videos on how to do that. Here's another book. So just open it up. This is a new one for me, and I wanted to check it out because fast fold hexes. Hexes are a lot of fun. I've been doing a lot with hexes, and I wanted to see, this looks like an entirely new technique, and that looks like it's going to be very interesting. A new technique on how to make hexes. And so you can see there are projects in here. You see, what I think I'm seeing is that they make the hexie that's underneath it by folding. And then when you sew the hexie on top, you finish it. Now, this is just my guess because I just opened this. I haven't read it yet, but it's called A Quick and Easy Technique for Hexagon Quilting. And it is by Mary Hogan. And it is put out by Landauer Publishing. And I'm just super interested. Again, I'm going to show you this page because this looks like it's giving you kind of the gist of it. And looks like something that's going to be nice and easy to do and get these really nice hexes. And so this looks like the project I'll probably try is the table runner. And depending on what colors you do that in, again, that can look really old-fashioned, or you can put some new brighter colors in it if you're giving it to somebody who has a more modern flair. Now this is a binding tool, which I have used this before. It is a binding tool that shows you how to finish your binding so that you get that nice perfect diagonal seam on that very last seam. So if you've done bindings, you know that last seam is very hard for you to gauge exactly how to finish that with the diagonal. And a lot of times, especially if you're making a quilt that's going to be, you want to show it in a show, the diagonal seams sometimes will make the difference on judging if you've got something that's going to be judged. And so this tool makes it really easy. Again, obviously I'm going to need to link up these videos so that you can see, because I do have videos on how to use these. Now this one is a smaller size. The regular size is about double this size. So I wanted to get the smaller one to try it with smaller bindings for smaller projects and see how that works. So that's why that one I'm going to give a try. We did get in some more of the quilt builder cards. You can order these on the website. Or you can order them just below. You'll see some of these products will be just below. And if you like this type of video and you like what you're seeing, please go down and click the subscribe button and the like button and show me. That helps me know which videos that you like to see more of. So here's a new one. This is something I wanted to take a look at and try, and it is a seam ripper that has an ergonomic grip. So that's the idea, and that's what I was thought. I do want to, ooh, I like this. I do want to give that a try. First, I love that color. It's a very current kind of color. It has, oh, interesting. It has some ribbing down here at the bottom. It's kind of a help with gripping. And so you can see it's going to fit to my hand. And that does feel good. That does feel nice and good. It comes with a guard for the blade. I know I'm going to like this a lot because I'm right-handed. So I'll be using it with my right hand as I am ripping. And I like a little bit larger one. Some of my rippers are really small, and that's nice for travel, but really to really use them, the one I'm going to grab for all the time is going to be a bigger one. And so stay tuned. I'll let you know if I like those, but so far this looks really nice. And it is put out by Clover. Oh, we love Clover. And it's called the Grip Fit. Oh, aha, see, looking at the box helps. So the gripper on the end says that it's for when you have ripped some stitches, then this will help you pull those stitches out so they're out of your way when you do resew that seam. And sometimes people will use a pencil eraser or just my hands or tweezers. And I know there's other tools like this. I think that's going to be really nice. So that is the Grip Fit. Two more new patterns to round out our order. Again, I'm looking at totes because my daughter is getting married. Now, I don't think the people I'm going to give these to watch my channel, but I've got a couple people that I want to give these to, like at her mother-in-law and her grandmother-in-law to be. And so this is a tote that has a zipper on top. I really like the idea of the zipper because it just makes a nicer tote that you can put more valuable things in. You don't have to worry about small things falling out. This is by Lazy Girl. Lazy Girl's always a good company. They usually have very easy to follow patterns and some really good stabilizer products. So that's one I want to try. And then by Lazy Girl, just because they're just so stinking cute. Lazy Girl puts out this crossbody bag, and I like this because the size, it's 7 by 9. It's a really nice size when you're just going somewhere and you want to have your phone on you and just a little bit of cash with you when you just don't want to take a lot. I also like this idea because there are times when I'm at home sewing and I have I'm wearing clothes that don't have pockets. I need to have my phone on me. I lose my phone 800 times a day. My family will tell you. And so it's when I don't have packets on, I need to have something that I'm putting that phone in and just wearing it on me that's very lightweight, very unobtrusive, so that I can go about my day and I'm sewing and I'm doing whatever, putting laundry away and things, and I have that phone with me. And also people who have, I know this from my mom who has hearing aids, she needs to have her phone with her because her hearing aids will hook up to her phone. And so if her phone is in another room, then her hearing aids are not working as well. And so that's another reason why I know that she could use a couple of these as well. So we'll see if I get these done, when I get these done. I will one of these days, but it's going on the to-do list. This is Lazy Girl and Jaybird Quilts. So that'll be really nice to know. Let me see, Jaybird Quilts. That sometimes means there's a ruler that's involved. Let's see. I don't think there is, but when I make this at some point, so this pattern is a fat quarter cutie, meaning it's done with fat quarters. That's good. I like that. And I don't think you need a special ruler for that one, which is super good. So that's the roundout for what I have in this week's supplies that have come in. Some new things, some oldies but goodies. I'm going to link to as many of the ones I already have demos for product reviews on the site below. Also, if you like product reviews, go to the playlist that I have, and I will have a whole list of the product reviews in a playlist that you can look at. And also this week I am going to be doing, look below for information, I'm going to do a giveaway, and this week I'm going to be giving away one of the one of the rippers for a lucky person. So the way that you will enter is in the next 7 days. Go ahead and leave me a comment and with the word seam ripper in there somewhere, and you will be entered to possibly win, and then I'll contact the person who wins. And also let me know what you're working on. Let me know if you've got some favorite tools you really love, because I'm always looking to find out what are the tools people love. I look for a lot of things, but I can't find everything, so I do rely on quilters to help me find some of the really good stuff. So with that, take care, and we'll talk to you soon. Thanks for joining me.